they would find a way for them to hurt each other or do something because they weren't endgame. I know that. I knew that. So I just stopped watching as soon as I was like, I felt that they were like trying to break them up. I was like, that's it for me. They somehow work through this. They will work through this and they will live happily ever after. And that is how Gossip Girl ends in my head. So I did not finish the show. I didn't finish the show. But in my head I did. And I loved it and it was great. And Blair and Dan are like such a great endgame, don't you guys think? And I think Chuck should have ended up with Monkey. I think Nate and Serena are great. BFFs, for life. That's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on the ending that I definitely watched. Okay? And I didn't need to watch to see the reveal because I already knew who it was, so whatever. I will say, I'll just say that I know a lot of people don't like Blair and Dan together and like they make no sense, but they're the only couple on the show who like actually shared like interests. They had actual things that they could talk about and like do stuff together, and you know what I mean, like a normal, healthy relationship. And like, that's why I feel like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. Everybody has their own opinion. Nobody's gonna change their mind, no matter what anybody says. But that's my opinion. Okay, moving on. I will say I do think I really like the show. I think I might rewatch it every fall. I think it has great fall vibes. So it's really nice to just like put on and in the background and do something else. But yes, moving on. We have to talk about The Summer I Turned Pretty because it was something that I watched. That's why we have to talk about it. But I know a lot of people are... Okay, I don't really like Conrad and Belly together anymore. I don't know, something's off about it. It's not that I want Belly to be with Jeremiah either. I just feel like it's kind of weird how everything was written out. Like, 4 years is a really long time to be like, to not be able to move on from someone that you dated in high school. I don't know. I know they knew each other their entire lives. And also the people who were like, Conrad cared for Belly even when they were kids and stuff. Well, when they were kids, I'm sure their connection was more like brother sister. Like he felt. Sorry, this is a hot take, but he felt more like it felt. Not he felt, but it felt to me more like he was an older brother taking care of his little sister. And like he's just a very empathetic person who didn't want her to feel left out, left behind. She was, youngest and a girl, the only girl. And he was just more empathetic than the other two brothers, Stephen and Jeremiah. So, and I don't know, so the time skip, the 4 years, Conrad is still on Belly. And then all this stuff happens with the college, and then they break up and then get engaged. My thoughts on that is it's crazy and kind of unrealistic. I feel like for Belly to go from I hate you, you're the worst, to I love you, let's get married. You cheated on me, basically cheated on me, even if you thought we were broken up. Doesn't matter. That was like a week apart. Anyway, and then just all of a sudden, okay, let's get married. I can't imagine anybody making that decision, even if your brother just like almost died. Like that doesn't, I feel like, change anything. That doesn't change the fact of what he did to you to hurt you, you know? So that was like, okay, I guess I'll suspend my belief for a moment there. And then the summer goes by, and then gets to the wedding, and Conrad confesses his feelings for Belly like 2 nights before the wedding. If you go on any Reddit, Am I the Asshole story, and it's someone confessing their feelings to someone at like the weekend of their wedding, the person confessing their feelings is always the asshole, because in real life you just don't do that. Not only did he have maybe like the whole summer that he was alone with her to say something, at least it would have been months before, not days. But he also had 4 years to do something. It's just not the smartest thing he could have done. I don't know. In that situation, he is the asshole, but he's not an asshole person. And then it's just like, and then Billy goes to Paris, and it gets with, what is it, Benito? I already forgot his name. It gets with that guy. And then it feels like she hasn't even, like, I'm sure the books are different. I'm just talking about the show. I don't know what happens in the book. I'm sure in the books, I'm pretty sure I've seen people say in the book she actually, like, actively thinks about Conrad while in Paris. But even then, she's in a relationship with someone thinking about Conrad. And then it's just like, so like, what? But she's with this dude, and Conrad is sending her letters and still fighting over her. And it's just like, why? Like, I don't understand. It's been so long. I don't know. I'm rambling on about how much I just don't get it. And then when they got together, I didn't feel anything. I was just like, okay, but yeah, we knew this was gonna happen. But also, like, I didn't believe at all that Belly even loved him, or even like, and like, what do they even what do they even talk about? Like, what is like even their relationship, you know? Like, that's just so, like, why? It doesn't feel right when I see them together. It just feels off. And I don't know, I think for me it's because the time skip was so long. The time skip was so long that it just feels like unrealistic for Conrad to still care that much. 4 years. And he's in California. And you know what I mean? Like, in real life, he would have met someone else. He would have had maybe 2 girlfriends in that period of time. And then, like, it might have even felt better, because then he'd go back to Belly and be like, oh my gosh, you know what? Those other girls, like, they didn't feel just really wasn't like really invested in it. It wasn't catching me. Like I just couldn't really believe anything that was happening. I couldn't believe that anything like this, like that was happening, would actually happen in real life. Like the decisions everybody made. The thing that pissed me off most was everybody treating Conrad like he's like the worst person on planet Earth. Literally, what did he do? He literally watching stuff because I watch anime while I'm working on stuff, so I can't look at the screen. So I have to watch it in dub. He is the funniest. His lines are so funny. And if you've seen it, if you've watched it in sub in Japanese, I feel like you should go to YouTube and look up Bakugo and see what his lines are in the dub version because they're just so funny. I said this in my reading journal video, but Aoyama, amazing. Everyone hates him on Reddit. They all hate Aoyama. Not in here. He's great. I love him. We love Aoyama. We think he's so funny. And we quote him all the time. I think that's all I wanted. I just think it's great. And if you're hating on it, I mean, you're not gonna like it if you're someone who likes, crazy deep anime that has an intense story that you have to follow and it gets complicated and stuff, like Attack on Titan, which I don't really like. I like my anime to be simple. I'm a simple girl. I like my anime to be straightforward and just something that's fun to watch. Sorry, people are different. People have different tastes. Keep that in mind. I think Attack on Titan is fine. It's just not my favorite, and the ending sucks. Sorry. Okay. Moving on, the Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Castle. Infinity Castle came out and we watched it in theaters and it was great. The only thing is that I finished Demon Slayer a while ago and so I kind of forgot. But I had to refresh my mind before I went to see the movie. And it was great. It was a great movie. It's really, I feel like it's such a different vibe from other animes, but I loved it because Zenitsu's my favorite and he had a lot of screen time, so that's fun, but then that probably means that you won't have much screen time at all in the next one. The next two movies, I think it's gonna be a trilogy, which when I found that out, I was like, no, we have to wait so long to see how this ends. No, but it's fine, whatever. But yeah, that probably means he won't really be in the next ones, bit annoying. But it is like I said, I don't really watch the screen because I watch anime while I'm working on stuff. And two voice actors from My Hero are in Black Clover, and it's two main characters in My Hero, All Might and Deku, are characters in Black Clover, and it's so trippy, like hearing the voices, and I'm like, wait, but that just makes me root for those characters more, because I recognize their voice. But yeah, it's good. It's just not as good as other ones, but I'm still like invested in it, and I want to see how it ends and stuff, and it's still pretty good. Yes. What else have I been watching? I don't know. I haven't been watching much recently. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and on YouTube all I watch is Smosh. So I guess that's what I've been watching. Smosh. I watch a lot of Smosh. I've been watching Smosh.